All right, these are the answers for guided practice on page 410. I already did this, so you didn't have to watch me plot them all, but when you plot the points for number 1, for the garden, you get a square, so that's all you need for number 1. They ask you the length of each side, so if you count from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's how we get 6 yards. And if it's a square and you're finding the fencing is like the perimeter, so that means it would be 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6, or 6 times 4, and that's how they get 24. Then they ask you for the area. Remember, area equals length times width. So if this is 6 and this is 6, we do 6 times 6 to get 36 yards. Okay, the bottom, number 4, a clothing designer makes letters. So this is an L. So the first part of the answer is L, and the second part is 24. And if you draw a line here to divide the L, the dimensions of this rectangle are 2 times 6, which is 12, and the dimensions of this are 2 times 6, which is 12. So the area of this rectangle is 12, the area of that rectangle is 12. We add them together to get 24 inches, and it should be squared. That's page 410. Okay, on the other side, graphed this for you as well. We get the letter F. This talks about the outline. So remember, that's like finding the perimeter. So you can go along and, you can use the strategy we use. We're naming the points, but for this one, it's probably just easier to count all the way around. So the distance around this, or the outline, is 30 inches. And how much space does the letter cover is 26 inches. So the next one talks about how you find it. How would you find it? If you draw a little line across here, here, and here, you would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here are my little lines again. 1, 2, 3. That gives me 4 rectangles, and I would find the area of each rectangle and add it together. Okay, the bottom. This is a hexagon. That's your answer for the first one. The perimeter, again, the distance around. So you can count all of those. I think they're all 3. So 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. 3 times 6 gives us 18 units. When we divide it, you could have divided another way, but if I divide it that way, we get 2 trapezoids, and it asks you to identify the perimeter. It tells you that the 2 bases, that one base, so that one base is twice the size. So we can count this and see that this is 1, 2, 3. So if this is 3, this is 6, and both of those, the distance is 3. And you could find the distance by finding the points and doing it that way. So the perimeter would be 6 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, and that's how we get 15. Okay, and the bottom was a little wonky, looking at furniture in a clubhouse. This is a hexagon, and even though it doesn't look like a traditional hexagon like up here, it's a hexagon because it has 6 sides. That's why I wrote those notes there. So if you count the sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Anything with 6 sides is a hexagon, even though it doesn't look like a standard hexagon. Anyway, we'll get back to that. How many feet of baseboard are needed to go around? So anytime you're going around, you could just count the squares. That's finding the perimeter. And this is finding the area. And what they did to find the area was to draw some lines. So here's one. Let me make that clearer. I drew a line here, and you would have to find the area of this triangle. You would have to find the base and the height. And then we have a rectangle here, and I drew a line there. So you have the area of 2 triangles, which actually I think they were exactly the same dimensions. And then these 2 rectangles are different. So you would find the area of each of those individual shapes and add them together to get 25 square feet. So even though we aren't going to meet for a whole nother week, if you have any questions about this, you can talk to each other, or you can message me if you're afraid you're going to forget. I might not answer if I'm on vacation, but I will look at it when I come back. And the following week when we meet, we're going to start, we'll go over remember your assignment, and I posted it, is ready to go on. So you're going to do 1 through 9, and assessment readiness 1 through 7. So we'll go over that the next time that we meet, and we'll be finished with 14, and we'll be starting 15. Hope you guys have a good week, and I'll see you next week. Bye.